What's up you guys, it's Avery. So today's video is very like casual, I guess. I am currently like rearranging my room. You probably can't tell, but like my bed used to be more over here and now it's against this wall. I haven't really been on my YouTube game in a while. I don't really want to make a bunch of like excuses for that, but I have just been very stressed out with school because if you guys don't know, I moved last year, did online school. I'm actually going to be talking about all this. The main thing that this video is going to be about is school, but I've been doing a lot of schoolwork since school has just started up, so I'm getting into like school mode after not really doing it for like a year. Well, I mean I did it, it was just online, but anyways, I'm kind of like a new person. I got my nails done, first time having acrylics. I got my hair dyed, I got eyelash extensions. It's like a new person now. But anyways, I just figured that I just wanted to sit down and talk to you guys. I'm using my vlog camera, just kind of like hang out. I really like watching videos where people just like sit and talk to the camera. Just something about when someone is just like sitting in front of a camera and just being like really real and honest, I guess. I just really like watching those types of videos. Also, I know my background's so ugly because I'm redoing my room. I will fix it soon, I hope. But anyways, like a week ago, like too long ago, I asked you guys to ask me questions on Twitter about school life, anything like that. I'm just gonna talk about some of them. This isn't really like a Q&A, it's just more like my school experience. A lot of you guys ask me about this, especially when I go live on Instagram. A lot of you guys are asking me like, oh, how's online school? Oh, how's your new public school? Oh, blah, blah, blah. Just like stuff like that. I figured, this has been a really long intro, but anyways, I figured I would just talk about that kind of stuff. Let's get started, I guess. Over a year ago, I moved from southern Utah to northern Utah. I've grown up in southern Utah my whole life. I've lived there my whole life, like I just said. So moving was like a really big deal for me. I was actually really excited to move just because I really was sick of my school and cheer and just a lot of things. I was just really sick of everything down there, so I was really excited to move. But then once we actually did move, reality finally set in. There's like, I don't know anyone here. I don't know this area. I don't know what I'm gonna do for school. I am so alone. So anyways, the biggest thing for me like when I moved was I was really nervous for school because once I finally got settled in, it was like August. School starts around mid-August up here. So anyways, I was really nervous. I have really bad social anxiety. It's not anything I'm like diagnosed with anxiety, but like it's not hard to tell if you like have it or not. I had so many breakdowns before school even started because I was so nervous. One thing about me that's, I'm not sure if this is good or bad, I feel like it's more on the bad side, but I always am expecting the worst just because in case something happens that's better, I'm like really happy about it. And then if the worst does happen, I'm not disappointed because I was expecting that. But for school, like when school came around, I was just expecting the worst things to happen. Like, I don't even know. You guys all get what I'm saying. I was literally just expecting it to be awful. Which, I don't know, I guess when I kind of think about it, that's like being very negative. I don't know, it's just the way my brain works. So anyways, I went to the public school for the first 3 days, I believe. Well, actually, I was planning on doing half online, half in school. So I think I did 4 classes at home and then math and language arts at the school because I was like, these are like the hardest classes and ones that you like want teachers for, so I'll just do those. I went at the very last 2 periods at the end of the day, and it was awful. I was very alone. I also the school system is like very different, like grading, like websites and stuff like that. If any of you guys use Power School, that's what I was used to using, but they don't use that up here. So just everything, just the really small stuff. Also, another thing I was stressing about is that you're not allowed to carry your backpack around, which I think is so weird. But I'd never used a locker before unless I was like in PE, you know, and you just use it to like put your clothes in there. But I've never used like a locker that you have to like go in between classes. So that's another thing I was freaking out over because I was like, what if I like forget something in my class and then I have to go back to my locker and get it, and then, you know, just stuff like that. It was just the little small details like where to sit at lunch, my locker, where my classes are, just stuff like that, but I was freaking out over. Even though it was only 2 classes, but we still same thing. But anyway, so I went for 3 days and I literally came home and I cried every day for those 3 days, which isn't a long time, but I just like had so like too many breakdowns for just being like a young freshman going to school. So it was just too much. So my mom was like, okay, if you stay dedicated to online school. I will let you do online school full time until next year when you go to high school. So it's like, okay, sounds good. Okay, so I did online school for 1 term. So like besides those 3 days, I did it from the start to around November, because that was like the first term. And that also was awful. That period, I'm not gonna go into detail, but that was the worst time of my whole entire life. So that was not working out. My mom got very frustrated with me, so she put me back in public school full time. By then I had 1 friend that went to the school. Luckily, she took me under her wing, God bless her, but she kind of showed me around. Also another thing, so basically, I didn't go to school for like 2 months. I did online, so I still didn't know like where anything was, because I only went to 2 classrooms. So I still didn't know my way around the school. So the first day I went back was another worst day of my life. So I went there, no one showed me around, because it was basically like I was coming in like in the, not like the middle of the year, but as a new student after everyone's already been going for 2 months. So it was basically like I was a new student, kind of, but no one showed me around. I didn't know where any of my classes were. I had a map, but I didn't really know which direction it was going. So I was freaking out. So I went to my first period. I was on the verge of tears the whole time, but I was like, okay, first period done, second period. So I went to the gym because I had PE. I went to open the door and it was locked, and I was freaking out. I was like, I have no idea what to do. I was just freaking out. I had no idea what to do. I was like, hey, it took me so long. Like the bell had already rung because I didn't know where the gym was in the first place, and then I tried to open the door and it was locked. So I went to the nearest bathroom that I could find, and I sat in the biggest stall, and I had the worst panic attack of my whole life. Not gonna go into detail about that either, but it got so bad. I called my mom. I was like, please come pick me up, please come pick me up. I can't do this anymore, even though it'd only been like 2 hours. Then my mom basically tricked me, because she was like, oh, you can't go because if I take you home then you're just gonna do this every day, which she was right. I mean, that didn't happen, but like I knew in the back of my mind that she was right. But she was like, okay, I'm basically, after like 10 minutes of me like crying on the phone to her, she's like, okay, I'm gonna come and get you. My mom had actually called the school counselor to come in and look for me, which was really embarrassing, because you know when you are just like crying so much that your voice literally feels like it's gone, like your throat doesn't work, nothing works. I could not speak. I was just locked in the bathroom, and she was like, oh, are you in here? And she knew I was in there, but thinking about it is just so embarrassing, because I was like, wow, I was so anxious that like I couldn't even speak. But she like saw I was in there, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna come back in here in like 5 minutes and come and check on you. And I didn't even say anything. But then my mom texted me and she was like, okay, I'm here. So I like book it out of the bathroom and try to go to the front door, and my mom and the counselor were standing there together. And so my mom basically played me. Thanks, Mom. I thought I was going home, but I wasn't. So she took me to the office, or like her counseling office, and she's like, okay, I'm gonna like assign someone to like show you all your classes. And I was like, okay, I guess. Like, I'm not going home, so whatever. But she actually assigned me this really nice girl, and she showed me around. Then it was fine, but I still didn't really make friends. I had that one friend that I sat with at lunch, and like all of her friends, but I still didn't talk to anyone. I sat with my headphones in because I didn't want anyone to talk to me, which I know is so bad. But I really just couldn't help it. Like, I went to school, did my work, and then came home and did whatever I wanted to. Like, I wasn't there, like, personally, I didn't want to go there and like, I mean, I wanted to have fun, but like, I just couldn't handle like extra things at school because I was already like nervous about it enough. So I just went there, did my work, and then came home. So yeah, I didn't talk to anyone. I talked to a few people, like that one girl, and some of her friends, but other than that, people thought, okay, a little bit later I had like started making more friends, only a couple, but once again, that same one girl, I would go to her house all the time, still good friends with her. Just recently, a lot of them were like, oh yeah, when I first met you, I thought you hated me because you never spoke to me. And I was like, it's not that I hated you, but I was just too anxious to even like speak to anyone or like do anything because I was constantly on the verge of tears for like 2 months straight. That's just kind of like, people think that I'm really mean like when I first talk to them. Like, I've had so many people be like, oh yeah, I thought you were really mean or that you hated me, but like just because you were so quiet and you never said anything. Like you would just sit there with your headphones in all the time, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not mean, I'm just really quiet and awkward. So basically that was all last year, and then I did online school again, finished that up because I was just like, I was just really over. I can't even remember why I wanted to go back to online school, but I did. So around like February, I think, I finished out the year online. I did a video about online school. I will link it down below. This video is gonna be really long. It's already 14 minutes long, I'm sorry. A lot of you guys have been asking about everything and we're just really confused, and a lot of people are like, oh, how do you deal with anxiety at school? And I didn't, so there you go. But anyway, so this next coming year, well, this year, I guess, I went to, I mean, it was like a new school, I guess, because I went from like a junior high to a high school. But normally if you like live in the same area like for your whole life, you've been inside the high school like for games or for whatever, but I'd never been in this high school. I didn't know anything about it, didn't know anyone who went there. So I mean, even if you have like older siblings that go to like the high school before you, they kind of like you know about like some teachers and like where a couple things are and stuff like that. So I was like, it was the same thing as last year. I was clueless. Also, the one friend that I had went to a different school. So this time I was totally on my own. Don't know anyone, still don't know anyone, because it's only been like 3 weeks. So this is just kind of like an update. I'm excited to watch this in like a year. Maybe I'll make another one for my junior year, which I'm also going to another school because they're building a new school. Anyways, so moving on to this year, the day before school, I had I had 3 breakdowns, I think. I just could not stop like crying and hyperventilating. I was so nervous, and I know this sounds so dramatic, but I mean, you can't help when you feel anxious. Like whatever you do just kind of happens. Obviously, if I could stop it, I would. I was freaking out. I was like, this school is really big. It's like 2 of my old high schools combined. It's so big, and I was freaking out. I don't know any of the teachers, I don't know any of the students, I don't know where any of my classrooms were. So like 2 days before school, I needed to change some of my classes. So I went into the counselor's office and he gave me a map, which was good. I went and looked at all of my classes. I was pretty lucky for that it was like actually organized, like the classrooms were like actually organized. But I was still freaking out about not knowing anyone, because even if you know one person in the whole school, then you have someone to sit at lunch with, then you have someone to sit at assemblies with. Even if you have like a class with them, that's at least one person or one class that you have a friend in. But I don't know anyone. Even though I went to school for like 2 months, I did not recognize one face in the whole school. A lot of you guys have asked me like how to make friends. That's honestly something, I'm gonna be really honest, that I am struggling with a lot. My mom, God bless her soul, has come and picked me up for lunch almost every day for the last 3 weeks because I still don't know anyone. I feel like normally YouTubers come on to give like advice, and like, oh, here's what to do if this, but I'm in the same boat as a lot of you guys. So new school, don't know anyone. Even though it's been 3 weeks, like I said, and I've talked about, I am just very quiet. I'm definitely an introvert, especially when it comes to school. But anyways, yeah, I don't really know what else to say. I mean, it's only been 3 weeks, so I can't really say that much about this year, but just know you guys are definitely like not alone. If you're like, oh, I don't have friends, I don't have anyone to eat lunch with. Me either. I go to lunch with my mom every day. We get Subway like every single day. I still don't know anyone. I've been, luckily I know where all my classes are and stuff, which is good, but I'm still working on the friends thing. So don't think that you're like alone or that it's really easy to just go out and make friends, because especially when you're an introvert, which I'm actually reading. I've talked about this so many times. I'm reading a book called Quiet Power by Susan Cain, I believe. And it's basically about how to use being an introvert to your advantage, especially when you're like in a school setting. So I'll try and find a link to that, like an Amazon link, and put that down below as well. I'm not too far into it, probably like 50 pages, but it's really interesting. So if you guys are like in the same boat as me where you're just quiet, therefore it's hard for you to like make friends and do things, then I would definitely recommend you check it out. I don't know, I kind of wanted to do like a whole video about like being an introvert, I guess. I don't know, but I definitely function better when I'm by myself. Like when it comes to school, I do better like when I'm on my own. This is just kind of going like all over the place. But anyways, maybe in a year I'll do another video like this, update you guys. Hopefully I have a lot of friends. Well, not a lot of friends, but at least a few good ones. I can't speak now. I'm gonna answer a couple of your questions. Okay, Ash says how to deal with stress and drama. So for drama, literally you don't have to be in it, honestly. I had a lot of drama like before I moved with friends, even a little bit after I moved, but it's honestly, it's so easy to just remove yourself. You're in a group chat, get out of it. If it's something at lunch, go sit with some other people for a few days. I've also never really been like the dramatic type to like freak out over drama and like get involved in drama. So I just kind of don't even handle it. Like if it's there, I just kind of just stress. Also something I'm working on, I'm gonna be honest. I get stressed easily than like the average person. Like one little thing goes wrong and I'm like, oh my gosh, I am so stressed out. And then it leads to breakdowns and you know, whatever. But that's definitely something that I'm working on as well, is how to manage stress better, especially when it comes to school. So maybe in a few months I can make a whole video about that. Juliana says, what subjects are you doing in school? So I will check. I have 9 classes, but I can just read them off this, so if it will load. I know, okay, so I have French 1, math, marketing, biology, English, digital media, acrylic paint, world history, and then I'm taking PE online. So Franny says, when did you start wearing makeup to school? It's kind of, I feel like it's the same for a lot of people who wear makeup. In like 6th or 7th grade, you kind of start just with like mascara, maybe like lip gloss or something. And then as the years go on, you just kind of wear a little bit more and more makeup. But if you guys wanted me to do like some school, like really easy school makeup routines, I could do that as well. I get ready in like 25 minutes and I don't look that ugly, so if you guys want that, let me know. The other day I got ready in 7 minutes. That was a record. The next question is, what's your favorite subject? I'm currently loving my French class. I'm really bad at it because it looks like it's pronounced differently than it's spelled. So yeah, that's probably my favorite subject. Sophia says, what are your go-to outfit ideas for school? Let's see, that's a good question. Probably just like light colored jeans and then my Adidas Superstars, which I know are the most basic shoes, but they go with literally anything. And then just any shirt, really. I don't know, I really like looking on Pinterest. I have pinned a lot of like outfit inspiration on Pinterest for like back to school stuff. So if you would like to go follow me on Pinterest, I don't think it's usually in like my links down below, but I will add it. I know school is something that a lot of people struggle with, so I want to make videos for a lot of different things, whether it's confidence or outfit ideas, or whether it's beauty or like mental stuff with school. School is something that everyone struggles with. Oh my gosh, that was so aggressive. School is something that everyone struggles with. Like, I don't think anyone just cruises through high school like thinking that it's really easy, you know? Even if you're really smart, whether it's friends, drama, whatever. Not everything is easy when it comes to school. What was the hardest school year for you? Says Jamie. Definitely last year. Madison says, advice for freshmen. Honestly, people make out freshman year to be really scary and like you're gonna be bullied and shoved in lockers and like seniors are gonna like be really rude to you. That's honestly not the reality. Okay, so I'm gonna answer this last question. It says, how do I escape from school? LOL. Okay, the thing is, you literally can't. Whether you're doing online or public school, you have to go to school until you're, I think 16 is like the legal age. Maybe it's 18. I don't know. No, I think it's 16 because like you can graduate early. Well, I don't know. Anyways, you guys know what I mean. But you can't just like drop out of school. I mean, you can technically, but like it's not the best idea. So if you go to school, you might as well make the best of it. Join a club, meet some friends, talk to your crush, but be like cool about it. But honestly, there really is no way to go around school. You just gotta go through it. That's something my mom always says. She says the only way to get, wait, what does she say? I can't remember. She says this to me all the time. The only way to get, what does she say? Oh my gosh, Mom, I'm sorry. You tell this to me all the time. I promise I listen to you.
The only way out of it is through it.
Oh, the only way out of it is through it. Okay, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, there it is. So the only way to get out of something is to go through it. Like, there's no going around school. I mean, you can do things to make it easier, but honestly, you just gotta go and do your work. You might as well make the best of it. Which I know is so much easier said than done. Trust me, I know. So that was all for this video. I hope you guys liked it. A lot of you guys have been asking me about my school experience because it was really confusing with like, oh, are you in public school, online school, whatever. If this helped any of you, let me know. That's all for this week. Hopefully soon I have a cute background and not this ugly mess. And I will see you guys next week. Bye.
Hey. I could spend forever loving you, fending for the right to be the penmanship you love to use. The similes and metaphors I only think you're better for, cause I've been on the